Hello beer tubers and welcome to Beer Review 2300! Yay! So we hit these 100 benchmarks once in a while and we celebrate usually with something kind of rare, but I don't think this is rare anymore really. But this, guys, is one of the OG whales that you probably never heard of until right now.
No.
But this is from Deschutes, and this is their most recent incarnation of Black Butte. This is the Deschutes Black Butte 28, the 28th birthday reserve. So I got to give a huge shout out and thanks to Brewery for this beer. Thanks a ton to Sebastian and the guys that sent this one out. It's really fun to see this beer again from one of the old school, or one of the first kind of, I don't know if Deschutes was hyped, but this series was hyped from them from back in the day. So thanks a ton to Brewery. Not sure if they still have it on there, but please check them out. They have a great selection and they have a summer sale right now. So worth checking out. So I think I reviewed the very first Black Butte, the Black Butte 10, and I've reviewed Black Butte 23, and I cannot remember what I gave it grade-wise back in the day, but I remember it's a series of Imperial porters, and they always had a fun addition of some kind of adjunct or spicing, and then it was 20 or 25% barrel age. So it was never 100% barrel age.
But it's 50 now, yeah.
But now it's 50, and there was the beer that you hunted back in the day. This and the Abyss, they made their Imperial Stout.
Okay.
Which was also only 50% barrel age, I think. It's like Imperial Stout with raisins or something like that, and Demerara sugar maybe, or something. Okay. I can't remember completely, but that's also one of the OG whales, and they still do it. I just don't think people hunt them as crazily as they did back in the day. But it's fun, and I thought it would be fun to do for Beer Review 2300 because, you know, it just takes you back a bit to back in the day when this was the stuff people hunted. But this made it to Europe. You could buy this on Beer Gym, and I still think you can.
Pretty cool.
So this is the 28th edition, or they started with the I think Black Butte 20. So I guess this is the 8th one they make, but it's a imperialized version of their Black Butte porter, and this edition here is made with cocoa, vanilla, peated malt, and sweet orange peel, and then they have 50% aged in bourbon and Scotch whiskey barrels. So I guess it's 25 bourbon barrels and 25 Scotch or something like that maybe. And then they blend it together with fresh beer. So it sounds really interesting. It says that it's got bright orange, vanilla, layers of roasted chocolate, and a warm smoky finish. And the ABV is 11.6%. So they released this last year in June. So we're about a year old in the bottle. So it's been sitting for a bit, aging.
Yeah. So
it will be fun to try this. Your first Deschutes beer as well.
Yeah.
And one of their
pretty fun.
More rare beers, so
yeah, I'm pretty excited for this one.
Yeah, classic old school hype train, if you can say it like that. So we got the 28th Black Butte poured, and that is pretty black in the glass. Yeah, some slightly kind of reddish brown notes in the bottom, but it's just because, you know,
I think it's actually because of the glass.
Yeah, I think so, because other than that, it's like pretty much pitch black in the glass, and a very nice kind of beige.
Yeah. It's not like brown. It's
like a lighter colored head. It looks really nice in the glass. Let's check out the aroma. Yeah. Oh, that smells really nice actually.
It smells really nice.
Quite bourbon. Actually, and the Scotch too.
Yeah.
It's got that minerally edge and vanilla.
Yeah. Like almost like rocks or something.
Yeah. And vanilla. I'm not getting. Maybe there's a tad fruitiness. Fruitiness. I think that's the orange.
I'm thinking of raisins.
Yeah, big raisins and dark fruit. And I just got like a caramelly, chocolatey thing there just for a second. But big raisins and dark fruit.
Yeah, and vanilla, as you said. Yeah. I'm not getting too much of the orange, but maybe like a hint.
Yeah. And the peat is not too forward either, which is nice. It's actually well paired in there. There's a hint of a smoky, savory thing, but it's not crazy, which is quite nice because sometimes peat can just be crazy and dominate a beer.
Yeah, be like overpowering.
Yeah.
Smells really nice.
Yeah, it is in there though, and yeah, roasty, toasty, maybe licoricey as well.
Yeah.
Smells nice.
Yeah.
Let's give it a taste.
Yep.
Cheers. And cheers to 2,300 beer reviews on YouTube. Fucking crazy. Oh, that's quite nice. Very silky.
Yeah, really silky.
Really silky. That slick porter kind of mouthfeel.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little bit more of the peated malt on the flavor.
Yeah.
But you can taste that it's not 100% barrel aged. Yeah. Because the barrel is not like as crazy jumping in your face.
It's more, it kind of makes sense that it's like a 50-50 kind of Yeah, as it like 50% barrel and then 50% base beer.
Right now the aftertaste is really roasty.
Yeah, but I don't think it's like this. It's not the scraping kind of.
No, but a really nice roast, almost like really nice roast coffee.
Yeah,
flavor.
Exactly, but in a pretty smooth way still.
There is still a little bit of fruity orange flavor left, but I don't think it's much. I think the big flavor is the vanilla, actually, of the adjuncts. And then there's a little bit of a slight chocolate note, cocoa note, but it's mostly vanilla, I think, with the bourbon. And then it's got that mineral-y thing from the Scotch.
But you taste that it's an Imperial Porter and not an Imperial Stout, I think, because it doesn't have like that heavy depth of an Imperial Stout.
No, it's a bit lighter and more silky.
Yeah. Exactly.
And it's not like hefty, dense, thick.
No.
It's like silky, creamy, softer.
Has a bit higher drinkability.
Yeah. And then like the licorice is there too. There's also a bit of the dark fruit, but not as intense on the aroma.
I definitely see the licorice.
Yeah. Still, it's like a sweet kind of licorice type flavor with some kind of raisiny, figgy notes.
Yeah.
I'm also getting almost like a honey type sweetness to it. Like a light wildflower honey or something like that. And I think the orange peel is, there is some kind of fruitiness that could be the orange, but I think that's died down with the 1 year of age. That was probably more popping when it was fresh. But it's a nice balance between the peated or Scotch whiskey barrel and bourbon barrel. Because it's got both sweet bourbon and it's also got that mineral-y Scotch thing.
Yeah.
But it's,
But I definitely see that kind of honey thing. It's almost, but maybe that's the Scotch and the bourbon barrel combined, you know, giving off kind of a honey type flavor and aroma actually.
Yeah, and then a good sweetness, and it's not like overtly sweet. It's actually a really well balanced beer.
Yeah, it's really balanced. Very
like
balanced.
All the flavors mingle very, very well. It's not like the sweetness is sticking out very much, or like roastiness or anything. It's like very balanced, but good roastiness as well on it. And it's almost like a slight burnt edge, burnt woodiness, which is probably from the peated malt. But
it's pretty.
This is a nice beer.
Relatively subdued.
But it's fun to see how beer has gone, you know, nowadays compared to when this was, you know, the craziest of crazy. But like when you think about big imperial porters and stouts nowadays with the adjuncts, it's just a different story. It's like more of the in-your-face, extreme slap in the face type things, whereas this is much more balanced.
Yeah.
And 11.6 is nowhere to be found.
No.
Very well hidden.
It almost tastes like a 9% beer, I would say.
Yeah. Very kind of, I don't know, it feels like, I don't want to say classic really, but almost like a classic example of what you think of like a barrel-aged type porter or imperial porter or something like that.
I agree.
From the States.
I agree.
Because it's got some sweetness. I mean, that's kind of like sometimes it's got more sweetness and more intensity of flavor than the kind of like more traditional type porters where it's big dark fruit and all that. It's a bit more, you know, with the American vibe, but it's.
I agree.
It's still a really nice beer. It's not blowing my socks off as it would have maybe 5 years ago, but I still think it's really nice.
Do you have an idea of what you gave it back then? No.
Probably around the 95s and 94s.
6.
I'd say 94 on this one. It's a really nice Imperial Porter, and I think maybe now that I think of it, might even be better than the ones back then because it's got more barrel character, but it's hard to say completely because I haven't had those beers since, 2009 or 10, you know, is when I had it first maybe. When I traded for, one of my very first trades was for Black Butte 20, and the Abyss and some other stuff, Parabola I think and whatnot. But yeah, I'm going to 94. I still think it's a really nice barrel-aged Imperial Porter with some really cool flavors.
Yeah, I'm going 94 too. I think that's a fair grade for this one.
This was a nice little stroll about down memory lane and think about like what was popular back in the day. It's fun to think that like how just crazy beer has evolved over these last few years.
It's really evolving quickly. Yeah,
it's going crazy. But this is still a really flavorsome beer, and I think you guys should definitely check it out. It'd be fun to hear some thoughts. What's your thoughts on the Black Butte series from Deschutes, guys? And specifically the Black Butte 28. This is probably one of the better ones they've done. I think they even did like, maybe not Black Butte, but Abyss version that was versions that were 100% barrel aged as well. last year or 2 years ago.
Okay.
So they started doing that, but fun to try. There's Deschutes from Oregon as well. So it's been a while since I had an Oregon beer as well, so fun to try.
Yeah, a Rogue based in Oregon.
Yeah. I can't remember where in Oregon these guys are based. Is it Bend or something? Does it say on the bottle? Nope, it does not, but doesn't matter. But here's to 2,300 beer reviews on YouTube.
Yeah.
Celebrating with a more classic old school American hype train beer that, you know, everyone looked for back in the day. It was fun. So, yeah, guys, let us know what you thought of it. Thanks a ton to Beer Room for the beer. Check them out. The link for the shop is down below. And as always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And we're going to say cheers.
Cheers.
And here's to hopefully 2,300 beer reviews more. I think I say that all the time when I hit 100 mark. At one point, actually, every 50 review was a crazy beer. But cheers, guys, and see you in another beer review.